Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to #AskRobCo. Hope you're well, hope you had a good week. Hope you're enjoying the amazing weather, which is incredible. Congratulations to Liverpool for winning the league. Very special moment for them. Welcome back. Some familiar faces. Thank you for joining again. Some new faces I see up there as well. Welcome for the first time. For those of you who don't know, the platform is for you. #AskRobCo. I'm here to answer your questions and use my 27 years, 100,000 hours of professional experience and life experience and give you the best insight that I have to help you on your journey, whatever way that is and however that looks. The format of the show is the following. You, on the right-hand side in the questions tab, write your question. It can be to do with anything: life, work, professional, personal development, training, learning, mindset, positivity, parents, friends, issues, noise, whatever you want. You set the tone and I will give you the answer. So the questions on the right hand side, send them through so that I can answer them. And we have some good handouts today. So there is Vibe of the Week, and if you see on the bottom we've got 5 handouts because we've been giving you a different vibe every week. And today's handouts are the Vibe of the Week, which is pretty cool. Let's open that one up. Vibe of the Week is all about working hard, being a grafter, a hustler, being driven. I didn't come from anything in terms of family, lots of love, lots of care. But because my family was a second generation immigrant family, no education, no financial resource, which mean the biggest value that I got given and taught was you've got to go out there, you've got to work hard if you want to realize your goals, your wishes and your dreams, whatever they are, whatever aspirations you have, you've really got to go out and make it happen yourself. And I just think that believe in yourself and having your journey and really understanding that it's that work ethic that's going to make the difference is the core value that I want you to really keep in the back of your minds, because you can have all the talent in the world and you can have all of the ability in the world, but if you don't back that up with drive, hard work, graft, hustle, then there's always going to be someone else that wants it that bit more than you, and that's going to be the difference. So that's Vibe of the Week, and I think it's one of my core attributes and something that I think really want you to take with you, especially from today. And if you don't understand what I mean there, ask me. If you want me to give you an example, ask me. Please do ask any question, whether about me, whether about your journey. Please bring it forward. The next handout we have is about next week, and I'm super excited for next week. We have a 1 hour special, career and HR special. So if you open up the first handout, the top one, and you will see some very pretty people and me. And we have got a really great lineup for you next week. So please do book that in now. It's a 1 hour special. We have Katie, Chris, and Iram, and they represent some great organizations. Careers advisor at Westminster University, top surveying recruitment company and a nationwide recruitment company. They are going to come on for a career and HR special 1 hour live show. So please do bring all your friends, all of your colleagues, share this at your offices, at your work, and at the universities, because this is going to be a great show. Iram, Chris and Katie, really good people, so helpful, so kind, and they're just going to give you some brilliant career advice. So I really strongly recommend next week. Put that in your diary now, 1 hour special, and share that message. It's going to be a great, really great show. I've been thinking a lot about the last week and about my journey, and you know, when I was your age, and the age group here that we're more or less talking to is 17, 25 to 30, and maybe new entries into the property industry or real estate or university in general. I understood that I wanted to have an impact on the world and within an industry, and also actually my core driver was on the back of the vibe of the day and on the back of being given or understanding that I needed that drive and hustle and graft and that work ethic. My core wish was that I wanted to give back to my family or give more to my family, because they never had anything and they sacrificed their entire life for me and my sister. And I think that's a really key thing I want to share with you, so that you understand what's behind the person. And it is such a key part of my journey. So at your age or age range, I understood that my parents didn't have money for holidays or for taking care of themselves or buying things for themselves or living in a bigger house or a bigger home or having a better car or going on better holidays or going out to eat. All the simple things in life maybe that some of us take for granted, or maybe we don't take for granted. My parents would have sacrificed all of that to give me and my sister a platform in life, a start in life, so that we possibly could achieve more. And I understood that very well. And the work ethic and the graft and the hustle for me was because I didn't want my parents or my children to have to sacrifice so much. And I wanted to give back to my parents, or want to give back to my parents, because they sacrificed so much. And that became a key driver for me. So it's not about me, what I want. I want to live good life, whatever that means, or be successful, whatever that means. For me, as I've told you, it's all about being happy and giving. That's my driver, happiness and giving. But the key was that I want to give back to my parents because they sacrificed so much, and that pushed me every day to work hard and try to grow and develop. Love to hear what your thoughts are on that, but just to give you a really bit of understanding of what's behind me and explain a bit about my journey so far. All right, first question. I've taken some time to go into, keep sending the questions by the way. I will get through as many as I can. I've taken my time, some time to go into myself more over the lockdown period, as we all, and I'm thinking of changing my career. What are your thoughts on this? Well, my career thoughts are really quite simple. Are you happy doing what you're doing? Do you love doing what you're doing? Are you learning by what you're doing? Is it part of a plan to grow and develop or go somewhere else? Or do you not know the answers to any of those questions? And you need to understand where you're heading or why you're going somewhere in a journey for it to make sense. Or you need to listen to what's going on in your head because you've had so much time to think about what you really want. So if you're doing a job, and I've said this before, but I can say it again and again and again and again, and you're miserable, there has to be an unbelievable reason for you to still be doing that job. It could be there are no other jobs. It could be that you're doing the job, but you're studying, or you've got a side hustle that you really enjoy doing, and you need a job to pay your bills, etc. So understand the reason why you're doing what you're doing, so the justification. But if you're doing it because you think that's your career and you don't enjoy it and you're not happy, well, you need to start thinking about a different path or a different journey or a different company. But ultimately, doing something that you think you want to do in a place you want to be and you not being happy doesn't make any sense unless you know the reason why you're doing it, or you have to pay the bills and there are no other jobs, and that's fine. At the end of the day, you've got to be practical, right? Like you need money to live, so survival is a minimal requirement. If you have options of where you work or how much you work, then it's a different story. Do I need to work part-time, full-time? Can I work flexi hours so I can study and learn about coding and data or art and creativity and design, whatever it is? So much to think about there, and I love that question. You should all be thinking that. I think that every day. I do this because I love it. If I don't love it, I'm not going to do it. If I don't have great people asking great questions, then there's no platform. See, you should always be self-reflecting and thinking like that. It's really good. It's very positive. Take good things from it. Jordan, thanks for the question, Jordan. I'm currently starting to work on my own organization charity. I believe I have a good brand, but I need to get some focus on our content and how we're going to spread the word and help others. What do you advise and what lessons have you learned from doing your own charity work? Love that, Jordan. Dan loves it as well. Really happy to help on this one, Jordan. So DM me after the show or email me, and we can talk it through, because I need to understand a bit more about what you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it and what your core reasoning is behind it. But in very simple terms, like, I love charity community work. Love it beyond love it beyond love it. It's happiness and beyond. It's where you do something that's meaningful, that you believe in, that is impactful and changes people's lives, whatever your charity and community project is. It is the most fulfilling and satisfying work that you will ever do. And I dedicate 25% of my life to that, and I love it with abundance. So brand and content does very much depend on what you're doing. I don't know if you want to give me a bit more detail behind that, Jordan. So whilst we're speaking, maybe give me a bit of background to work off. I need to get some focus on the content and how we're going to spread the word. So an interesting thing between charity and professional work, and this sales comes into this a bit as well, is that when you're in sales, people don't like selling when you sell. So what does that mean? People generally don't like aggressive selling. When you're in charity and community, people need to be sold something to buy into it. Otherwise, why should they put money or go along with what you're doing? And what does that actually mean? So let's say you're taking care of the elderly as an example. That's your charity work, and maybe you're helping vulnerable people during COVID and or moving forward in general. Many people, when they're doing community and charity work, think that's so amazing that everyone should buy into it. But it's not enough. It's not enough, the fact that you are doing something so good and it sounds so nice. In charity and community, we kind of expect people to say, oh, it's such a great idea, it's such a brilliant project, how much money do you want, or I'm happy to help you. It's not enough. When you're doing charity and content, you've got to share your story, give your why, and tell your journey. A bit like I'm trying to share with you here. And I think that is how you get the message forward and get the content. If you're driving your project, it's about you and your why and what happened in your life or what trigger made you go on this journey. You've got to share your story with authentic content. Like everything I'm telling you is authentic and genuine and sincere. You have to do that. And spreading that and people buying into your authenticity and your story and your content ultimately will get people to support your charity work and your community work. And then you go from there. Authenticity and storytelling and giving your why always wins, like always, because it's real. I just see that you've messaged that your area is in mental health, which is something that we massively support. Me personally, Alice, who's not in the show today, massively. I think we just did a charity project a few weeks ago in that space. And actually moving forward, mental health, well-being is the area for all age groups, but especially young adults and young professionals, because we've gone through a shift in industrialization in terms of data, content, media, applications, etc. And the way the minds and the pressures and the anxiety and the information drive and the media drive and the overload that we're given changes the brain dynamic compared to historic moments. And so within mental health, the support that's required is going to be over and beyond into perpetuity for the next generations, to which the current millennial generation is going to need more help and support than ever before, because insecurity, which is one of the major issues in mental health, insecurities are the biggest drivers of mental health or mental well-being, because fear and anxieties come from insecurity. Insecurity comes from not believing in yourself, not knowing yourself, not being self-aware, and allowing other people's views and opinions and judgment and perception to get into your head. When you know yourself and you believe in yourself and you understand what you represent, all of that noise of perception, judgment, and other people's views and opinions doesn't get in. And when it doesn't get in, you build mental strength in yourself. And that's like massive in mental health. So I need to hear your story, Jordan. So as I said, reach out to me after the show and let's have a chat about that and we'll have a call. But the journey, your story, the why, why are you doing this project? Something happened so special as to why you're doing it. Why am I driven to work so hard for my parents, for my family, for you, and helping all of you in your careers and your journey? You've got to share your story for people to then believe in you and what you're providing them or giving them. Paresh, welcome back. Good to have you again. Thank you for your question. I'm currently not working due to the shielding. For the MRICS valuations pathway assessments case study, how can I find a suitable property to base the case study on? So, case studies are brilliant for your MRICS, same way as case studies are brilliant for your university degrees when you're doing your thesis. Can't remember who I was speaking with about their thesis recently, but do something that you love or enjoy or you're excited about, whether you want your property or your project to be. Today's announcement, Into shopping centres are about to declare that they're going bankrupt. 17, 18 shopping centres in the UK, quite a few in Spain and over Europe. It's an amazing subject. Why? Because shopping centres, and I've seen this over my years of working, where they were built and they were new and they were amazing, and then I've gone back to them 5 years later and they're empty and no one's in them, and they turn into ghosts or elephant sites. And it's fascinating. A shopping centre valuation that was thriving, and now the shopping centre firm has gone bankrupt because retail is dying in certain areas. Why is retail dying in certain areas? Because online is thriving. So do you go to the supermarket, or do you just go on to ASOS or whatever? And the changing trend in the dynamic of retail market or retail property is such an amazing subject and so interesting for any of you in both retail market full stop or property retail full stop. It's so interesting. So what are you interested in, Paresh? What do you like? What property area or part of the industry are you excited about? Find the project or property or area that you love and you're interested and you're passionate in. Do it on that, because when you talk about the subject matter, your interest and knowledge and excitement just automatically comes out, and that's really how you can make a difference on your APC. Have a think about that, Paresh. If you want to come back to me on that question, please do. See, Sammy's in the house again today. Thanks for joining. Sammy was a question of the week last week. Congratulations, well done for that. We also had an amazing question from Emily last week, and she wrote a great post on LinkedIn, which I really, really appreciate. Emily went straight to my heart, because I feel that when you get feedback from someone like Emily, who is at Exeter University, quite interested in what she's doing in the rugby team as well, because Exeter got a really special rugby team. Anyone that doesn't know, they've really made a project there that goes to the heart of the community, and they've built a team that's won the Premiership a few times recently, and their story is a rags from nothing to major success in this country. And I buy into Exeter. I follow the rugby team and their results, and that's a story of building a team and an ethos and a community, and love that. So great post last week. I've gone completely off track. I'd love to hear more about that, Emily, because I'm sure it's very close to your heart, and I love that journey. It's just a brilliant, brilliant journey, really a cool runnings journey. Sammy, if you were early stage of your career and you knew that colleagues at similar firms that at similar levels were on a greater salary than you, would you act on this? And would you get the APC and then decide on your future when you had that under your belt? I mean, salaries are a fascinating conversation, Jordan, right? What someone else is earning really is completely irrelevant to you. Why? Because someone could be better than you or could be worse than you. Someone could be working harder than you or less than you. Someone could be working at a firm that pays less or pays more. So financial remuneration is important, but you also need to understand the context of the financial remuneration, because is it the be all and end all of what you're looking for at this moment in your career? Or is it secondary and is qualifying for your APC, or is your education within the company that you're working for more important, knowing that you're playing the long game and financial remuneration will come later? So let's put that in a bit of context. I went to CBRE and I took a huge step backwards on financial remuneration. I literally got paid nothing. And as you know, I've told all of you previously, I wanted the opportunity so much, I said to them, I'll work for free. So I understood education was more important than financial remuneration for me. Everyone's different, but for me. And so I got paid nothing, but then I got taught the world. So what's more important when you're 20, 25, 30, 18 and learning? Is it the learning you're receiving, which is priceless if it's great, or the financial reward? Short-term financial gain doesn't pay. Long-term patience and learning and opportunity and hard work all together will give you the financial remuneration over time. So I'm not suggesting you should be underpaid, but don't compare what other people are getting in other companies, because you're on your own journey and what you're doing is all that matters. What other people are doing is irrelevant and it shouldn't cloud what you're doing. I feel that if you believe you're overperforming and if you believe that you're giving so much and you're undervalued or under remunerated, a healthy conversation around that can never do any harm. At the same time, we're in the middle of COVID-19, the worst pandemic in 100 years. It's a challenging moment to sit in front of someone and say, I'm worth more, or I should be paid more, or I want more. So be sensitive around that, Sammy, and be clever about that. There are moments and times. So yes, financial reward is a key driver for many people in their work. I definitely believe playing the long game on financial reward and focus on your knowledge and your growth and qualification and your specialisms, and being at the right company that give you great education, great development, and great growth, ultimately will give you the financial remuneration you are looking for. I can't believe time has flown so much. I am so sorry. We're going to go to the last question because I've missed 10 questions and I'm devastated about that, because all I want to do is answer your questions. Diva is back this week. So happy to have you, Diva, always asking great questions. And you are going to get the last question of the day. Principle of compound interest applies in learning and education. Absolutely. Diva has answered Sammy's question for you. Keep doing good things and see how the efforts pay off. Just to reinforce Rob's message, Diva's taken over the show. Love that. Absolutely. Keep doing good things. Knowledge interest, learning will compound, and the reward will come over time. Don't look for short-term reward or short-term gain. It never pays in anything. Thanks for the support, Diva. If you want to come on the show and give more advice, DM me, we will bring you in. Tom, when you left your employment, I know that I said that would be the last, but we'll give you one more. To your own business, did you feel confident about the knowledge and experience you had to do the job? Absolutely not. Petrified, scared, definitely didn't know that I was able to do it. Don't know enough today after 27 years, 100,000 hours, and I'm a specialist because you never stop learning. You never know more than anyone else. You always have to put yourself in the position where you believe and know that people have more knowledge and more information in certain areas than possibly you do. Be humble at all stages. At the same time, there are moments in life where you need to be brave, be strong, believe in yourself, and take the next step. When you do that, Tom, if you're not sure, reach out to me and I'll happily give you a positive boost for that. I'm going to share the screen, or going to click out the handout to close out the show, because we have such a big show next week. I'm so excited. I'm going to bring an amazing team for you. I really want all of you to invite your friends, share with your colleagues, share with anyone, because this is a brilliant HR special. I can't see what's in the screen. Are we with you? Share screen, can you see it? No?
Just click the HR special poster. Just click it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then...
Everyone see it? Brilliant. This is next week. What a beautiful lineup. Career and HR special. It's all for you. I'm bringing in the best people to help you on your journey. 1 hour special, 1 o'clock next Friday. Invite the world, repost across all of the platforms, hashtag AskRobCo, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of the platforms. It's going to be a big one next week. I've brought you the best people in the industry and industries and careers. Please do come back next week. Thank you for your amazing questions today. Enjoy the sun, be happy, be positive. Diva, you win questions of the week for your amazing support. We will get something online with what you've brought forward in the show, like we should be doing every week. And if we're not, make sure we are. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Super grateful, super pleased. Keep sharing the love and the good vibes. See you all next week for the 1 hour special. Take care, be safe, be well. Thank you so much. Bye.